So we are on the dashboard page, and on the dashboard page there are multiple menu items here, and we're in this video going to focus on the strokes gained menu item here. And strokes gained looks at how your game is comparing to an average tour player on the PGA Tour. And the first table we have here is the average strokes gained summary, and it gives us our strokes gained results in total, tee to green, off the tee, approach the green, around the green, and for putting. So we have our baseline variable here that comes from this selection. We have our last 5 rounds that comes from this compared to selection, and our last 10 rounds that comes from this selection. Okay, so we can see that for this player, he's losing 1.5 strokes every round in total. And the question is, of course, in which parts of the game is he losing? So we're looking at the categories here. Off the tee, almost minus 0.7. Approach to green, also minus 0.7, a slight gain around the green, and a slight loss in putting. So let's look at the approach to green here for a little bit. The interesting part is, of course, from where does he lose this amount of strokes to an average tour player? So then we move on to this table here, that's average strokes gained approach shots by zone. And these zones are distance brackets of 30 to 75, 75 to 125, 125 to 175, 175 to 225, and over 225 yards. So we can see the number of shots that we've hit in these distance brackets, and we can see where we're gaining or losing strokes. So for this player, it seems like all of the shots over 75 yards happen quite regularly, and especially 125 to 175 yards and greater than 225 yards is where we see big performance gaps in comparison to an average tour player. Moving on to shots around the green. Shots around the green are those shots that are played from within 30 yards of the edge of the green, and we can again see that the bulk of the shots here are hit between 10 to 20 yards and 20 to 30 yards, and there is a little bit of a performance gap here versus an average tour player. And this is an important category because you could say that 10 to 20 yard shots around the green is a proxy for your overall chipping ability, so it's important to have this number be as good as possible. Part of this category is also bunker shots, but we can choose to see bunker shots on their own. And we have bunker shots here from greenside bunkers, so within 30 yards of the edge of the green, and we can see the distance brackets here. Then we have the putting section, and the putts are categorized in distance brackets of 0 to 3 feet, 3 to 5 feet, etc. We see the number of attempts, number of made putts, what our make percentages, and the strokes gained and lost. And for this player, we can see that there seems to be a big performance gap here on 3 to 5 foot putts, minus 0.2. And also on longer putts. So this is something that we can immediately start working on based on the feedback that we get from Anova.